When we're lifting out in the weight room, we pretty much know that if we're chasing hypertrophy, we don't really want to extend the rest time over 60 seconds, 90 if we're really stretching it. And with strength gains, it's 2 to 3 minutes in between heavy lifts. But what about isometrics? How exactly do we figure out rest intervals? So the answer isn't straightforward. It does vary based on our training goals, just like with dynamic training. Like with any exercise, rest intervals depends on what we are trying to achieve. The beauty of OI is that it generally requires minimal rest time compared to traditional weight training. Some isometric experts suggest just 10 seconds of rest, which I actually used in my old Power 45 routine back in 2021. With my current 1x6 routine, it's 20 seconds, no more, no less, and it works fantastically. The Sweet 16 routine, which is one of the first routines I ever did on the channel, I was only resting for 20 seconds as per the manual, which worked pretty well, and I still follow that to this day, as I just mentioned. However, longer rest times can also be beneficial depending on the intensity and purpose of the workout. In the Isometric Manual by Paul Wade, a study by Salter compared two groups, one performing 15 isometric holds per minute and another doing 2 per minute over 4 weeks. Interestingly, the group doing fewer holds per minute achieved better strength gains despite feeling less tired. This highlights that more isn't always better, and strategic rest can enhance results. For endurance-focused workouts, a 20-second rest period is ideal. This allows sufficient recovery to maintain performance across multiple sets. For instance, if your goal is to hold a contraction for an extended period, consider a protocol that includes a 4-second rise time and a 6-second hold, followed by 20 seconds of rest. For those targeting maximum strength, like in the Power 45 routine, shorter rest periods of about 10 seconds are effective. This approach maintains high intensity without allowing muscles to cool down too much, keeping them primed for the next set. Similar to traditional weightlifting, rest periods for hypertrophy muscle growth typically range from around 60 to 90 seconds. However, with the Isomax, shorter intervals are often sufficient due to the nature of the isometric contractions. This is also relative to any type of overcoming isometric training. Here's a breakdown of rest intervals based on different training goals. For our strength training, 6 to 10 seconds of rest between sets. For our muscular endurance, at least 20 seconds, potentially more if needed, but never exceeding 3 minutes. I personally find that 1 minute works very well for me for muscular endurance. And if you'd like to see that in action, check out our video on the Ironman Dragon Door's own personal Isomax routine dedicated to endurance, which you can find here. Then there's hypertrophy, where we want to aim around 20 seconds of rest, aligning with the principles of maintaining tension and maximizing muscle engagement. Fatigue from isometric training levels off significantly after 3 minutes, so rest periods beyond this aren't really necessary. Generally, for OI workouts, you won't need more than 10 to 20 seconds of rest unless you're focusing on endurance. So we'll want to make sure that we adjust our rest intervals based on our specific goals. Shorter for strength, slightly longer for endurance, and somewhere in between for hypertrophy. Remember that OI is designed for efficiency, so capitalize on that by keeping rest times concise yet effective. So we talked about how long we rest, but how hard do we push on these? We'll check it out in this video here, and we'll see you there.